Hi, welcome back to another video of Planning with Britt. If you're interested and following along and seeing what this video entails, we're going to do a few things. We've put a new cover on the planner since the last time. We're going to set up some new items I got from Type A for Alexa, and then we're going to do a weekly plan with me for the week of August the 11th through August the 17th. If that's something you're interested in, then stick around. Okay, so welcome back to another video. It's Brittany here again with Planning with Britt, and we're going to do a few different things. First of all, you probably noticed that the cover is different. So I changed out my Oristel gray cover that's been on my B6 Plans by Just Scribble since I got the planner to this new one that I just received in the mail. And this one is a cork kind of cover. And then I purchased it off of Etsy. It's the B6 size. I purchased it off of Etsy from a shop called the Corky Clutch. And there's the website, email. It's on Etsy, or you can find it on Facebook at the Corky Clutch. So I seen this pattern and fell in love. And so the sunflowers, the bees, like, first of all, this is my jam completely. These are all my favorite things, but they fit the aesthetic of the planner so well that I had to have this cover. So we're going to go with this one for a little while and see how that works out. But we also got some new goodies. I'm going to set this aside just for a second. We have some new goodies from Type A for Alexa. I think I told you a while back that I had ordered new tabs to replace the purple ones in here like this. So we're going to replace those to get to more of a color vibe that matches our theme here. And then I ordered a couple of other things from her. So this is an inbox pocket, and it slips over the page. It's made for notebook kind of planner, so it'll slip over a page, and then it also has a pocket, and you can park sticky notes or whatever that you want on here. So this is a nice little addition to my planner. I've had a couple of these in a couple other planners, and I love them. She also wanted this vellum pocket because she had it in the sunflower print, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So this one will be another slides over the sheet. It's made out of the vellum, and it's just a pocket for whatever you want to slide in there. And then this is a sticky note hub. Oh, I have a little creature hanging on with this, and it also slides over the page. So it'll slide over the notebook page, and then you have a place to put sticky notes on either side. And you could slide something in here if you really wanted to, if it was small enough. That we're going to add all of this to the planner today. I have a few things that I made from my shop recently that I haven't decided exactly where I want to put them, but I want to place them somewhere in there. So I have this sunflower junkie. I've not listed these yet, but if it's something you're interested in and would like me to list, then send me a comment down below and I'll get them listed in the shop. This one says live life in full bloom. So not only is it sunflower, but also has leopard, which is another one of my favorites. And then this one says in a world full of roses, be a sunflower. And this one says you are my sunshine. So these are something that I think we may add in today if we find a place, but I kind of wanted to keep that fresh in my head as we go. So as far as the weekly plan with me, we're going to plan for the week of October. Whoa, really wishing time away. August the 11th through August the 17th, sorry. And I'm going to use some stickers for my shop. So this kit is called Dream High Daily. This is the daily that goes with the Hobonichi Cousin. This is the third page of the Hobonichi Cousin set. And then there's a deco sheet. And then I have a few pieces of like leftover when I used this in a planner last year. And so I may end up using some of these things for some deco along the way today. I'm not real sure what I want or need it. So like I told you in the last video, we're kind of trying out some different sizes and things from my shop and just seeing how they will work and how they fit and what they look like. And we can flip back through like last week and kind of see where we're at and what we've done. Still have not done the August cover page. I've decided that's what I'm going to do here. But I do have the right colors out to do that today. So we may do that together if we have enough time. I know we're going to run out of time on this probably pretty quickly. So this was last week and how it wrapped up. My reflections. Good week. My husband was super helpful helping me get back into work and just helping out with like laundry, dinner, all the things, just to help make it an easier transition for me. I was exhausted during this week of work, and so yeah, that's how that week turned out. And we're going to move on to setting up this week, as well as hopefully the August like cover page here. Maybe if I can find it. Which it says July recap, but we're actually going to put August here, decorator on it. I am going to use this for the July currently. The things I was watching, listening to, reading here, these will still be used for wins like we had in the last month. Nothing different there. And then we're going to get into planning for this week. So that's where we're at. And there's a couple of these other things I would like to do. And so, yeah, let's see. I'm going to grab some of this stuff out from underneath here. And I'm not 100% sure where I want these things to reside at the moment. Like my inbox, I assume would probably want to go up closer to the front of the planner. And maybe even close to the monthly, because that's where things tend to like happen. But I don't necessarily want to cover this up. So I'm not sure exactly where we want to place this at the moment. But let's see. Where are we not really? We are using that page. I want to cover it up. I'm not sure. We could cover, I want to cover the goals pages. I never did fill in my Q3 goals yet. I really think I was thinking about doing HV90 trekking here, and then have kind of since decided against that. So I'm not really sure what we'll do here. I think I talked about even putting my Q3 vision board. I actually think that's what we had decided on. So let's, for the moment, let's put this on here on this page, because I'm not using this at the moment. I'm still unsure what I wanted to use it for, if I'm ever going to use it. So for now, we're going to slide this inbox page here. So it just fits around your page. Hopefully it fits nicely. I've not had trouble in the past, but you never know. Every planner size is a little different. Every company sizes theirs slightly different. So, and shops, I know they do try to like purchase the sizes and try things out, but you couldn't purchase everything that was out there. It's not feasible. So that's how that works. So it has a little pocket you could slide stuff in. You can put sticky notes and things up here on the dashboard as the inbox comes in. And I can still see through this, so no problem there. I like it. We're going to go on with that. Somewhere else I would like to put this sticky hub, and we may just do this on a back page back here. Let's just randomly, we'll put it on page 356. Why not? This is my blank paper, kind of blotter paper that I use when we're working. So the sticky board or sticky note hub kind of goes on the same way. I'm gonna open this up and attempt to slide this in here. Awesome. There we go. Well, maybe. It takes a little finesse to get it to go on there right, and it's definitely not a problem with the product. It's a problem with myself, the user here. I'm going to pull through on this side and see if that helps a little bit. I'm trying to do this without crinkling my page, but I'm having just a tiny bit of trouble. If I could keep it straight when I'm moving it on would be more helpful. So it goes on something like this, and then you can put sticky notes here, and you can even slide something small in here if you wanted to, but it will flip out. So while you were working, if you had some kind of specific sticky note, you could have that here, or even kind of fold that over and look at those or reach for those. So I think this is a cool addition to the planner. I've used it in my other planners, and I had to have it for this one. I also laminated a few of these guest checks. I'm not sure if I want to use them for page markers or what. Honestly, at work, I needed to laminate one other thing. I have a personal laminator that I keep at work. We don't have a laminator on my campus, which seems strange. So I was laminating something for a colleague, and it was really tiny, and so I needed something to fill the rest of that space. So I was like, hey, let's just take a few of these and throw them in there. So I don't know really where I want to put this dashboard for now. I'm going to pick a random page in October, and if it doesn't stay there, that's okay. But I'm just going to slide this one on as well. So if you are looking for products like this for notebook planners, then go visit Type A for Alexa. She's got the coolest stuff. And yeah, so look how cool that looks. I love it. So also just a pocket to put things in that you need. All right, so we got tabs again, and they're custom. And so you pick the vinyl color, and then you get to pick the words that go on your little sticker sheet. So So, and then she always has a little freebie. So that's a cute vinyl sticker. You're brave, you're kind, you're loved, you're strong, you're unique, you are valued, you are worthy, you are you. I like that. So we'll find a place for that as well. But in our little tabs, so I'm going to pull the other ones off so we can kind of see what we have. And we'll do it when we get there. Let's just put all the words on and then we'll go from there. So I got to choose the words, and she does put you a note in there to tell you to make sure that the words are tiny, because the tab is tiny, and you know, a big huge long word or tons of letters is not gonna work. Let's look at this one and see where I put so I put the sticker closer to the top. I think I got the typewriter kind of font again. Oh, I didn't center that one very well. That's okay. I definitely used that font. I like the font, so I stuck with the same font. She's got more than one option. I don't remember. Maybe it's just 2, but there's definitely more than one. So week goals, which are 2 of the ones I had last time. Today, and then I put track and content. And you can tell, I'll show you in just 1 second. You can tell on the word content that, okay, sorry, interruptions after interruptions, but so the other one I have is track, which is I'm going to put by, I think, where these, the little trackers are, and then content. So if you notice, content is quite a bit smaller than the other words because the font is smaller because there's more letters. And I knew I was kind of pushing it, but I needed that. So it worked out perfect. And you get your little sheet there. So let's find where our other tabs are right now. And let's pull them out. So I have goals. I want to remove that one. And we're going to put this orange goals in here. And I love the color of the orange. I like orange, but sometimes orange is a weird color. You know, it doesn't always show up like you want. So I had month before, but I didn't want month again because honestly, my month is marked by here. And then I've been marking like my monthly goals with this little silver one, which in fact we can move to August now. So with the little, what are these? Index clips. Is it Midori? I think it's a Midori brand. Those little Midori index clips. I've been marking that with that one. So this one is going to be track, and I don't know that I'm going to continue using this thing. If I am, if I'm not, I can't decide if it's actually functional for me. So maybe there'll be something else I can decide about tracking here that would be functional. But at this point, moving the weekly list to here at the end of the month did not serve me greatly. So I don't know what I'll do going forward, but we'll keep an eye out about it. Next I had list, but this really is where I'm going to put content. That's what I'm kind of tracking on this sheet is content. So we're gonna kind of flip this one back over so I can see about where to put this one. Trying to line them up where we can still see most of them. And then I have today, notes, and week. And so today and week are pretty self-explanatory. So that's where week is right now. We'll hold week off for a little bit because I'm going to need to move it anyways. And then today I already took off. We'll hold it off till we're done. And then the notes tab in the back. The notes tab in the back. Yeah, the notes tab is where this is hanging out. And I'm doing the hobby reflections back there, hobby mode reflections. I haven't done those in the last 2 weeks, but that's okay. I haven't done much shop work either, and so as I get back into that a little bit more, we'll work about getting there. So August has a tab, the August monthly, like as far as the goals and wins sheet. I'm going to put this tab here, and then we're going to do this little August cover page. These are the colors I grabbed to use, and we're going to use some stickers from this Live Love Posh Retro Babe book. This is the book I had used on the August monthly. I used some of this stuff here. I mean, I didn't actually use here. I was marking my markers on the sheet so I could see if they match these colors pretty well. We used some stickers from, it's in the same set of stickers, but we went a little further back. So I used some from here on my monthly sheet on this over here. So that's where those came from. So I'm going to use some in this area somewhere. And I need to turn the book to right, hopefully. I know it may be a little out of screen, but I'm okay with that. I think I want this. My problem is going to be sizing this up to where it fits. Y'all, and I'm not like a measure, make sure it's perfect. We're just kind of like a jump in and go for it and hope for the best, honestly and truthfully. And I'm afraid already that this might be a little large and these may not fit very well. But we're gonna see. And then let's hope that while I'm doing this on camera that I actually spell it correctly. Sometimes when I'm writing on camera, it gets a little wonky as far as spelling goes. I'm actually normally a pretty decent speller. Hey, not that bad. Not the best, but not that bad. In July, I'm pretty sure we kind of took another color. Yeah, I kind of did like a shadow on the outside edge, and so I'm gonna try that again here. I kind of like that in July, and so we'll just kind of make that happen again here. Sometimes I confuse myself about where I want that shadow to go. If you know me in real life, you know this is like absolutely part of the problem with me. Nothing shocking about that. And I'm not like a letterer really at all. I'm kind of just trying to like get better at it. But then I don't put the time in to really practice it to get that much better. But I kind of like it. In 2025, and I'm probably gonna trace this one with my pen after it dries a little bit. The we've chatted before, but this paper requires a little bit of dry time. This is the cow paper, Cosmo Airlight, or I think they are now calling it B7 paper. And I like it. I have adjusted to liking it fine. But it does take a little bit to dry. All right, so my numbers weren't the crispest I've ever written, and it's okay. And so we're gonna put some stickers around this, and then we'll go on to do our weekly plan with me. Do I want these florals? Like, I love this one, but it's really big. I would even like to cover up the July recap. But this is gonna come down into my August section there. Maybe we use, I don't know what I want. Some of these florals. Let's use her up here. And it's going to cover a little bit of my A, and I'm okay with that. I will trim the top of that off. And then I'm going to use, I don't know which florals I want. I really think I like this group of florals. So this marker on this white paper looked like this color, almost identically. Almost identically to that color. A little grayish. But here it looks very, very gray and very little green. But that's okay. We're gonna just go with it. I like a flower or something with a little more of that green to put in that bottom corner. Let's see, what else is there here? We can use the butterfly. We used a butterfly on the monthly. Just use a different butterfly than what we used. Okay, I am okay with that. I like it, and we're gonna move on I'm going to straighten the book back up, try to get better in frame. And then we're going to move this direction. So we'll put the July currently stuff there. We do probably want to trim this off before I forget. And I'm going to have to flip the book all the way around everywhere to do that. Oh, and I trimmed right into the paper. That was really lovely. Don't do what I do. Try not to trim your paper off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, done. Let's see. Yep, we're mostly back in frame. And then I did this week do some journaling. Remember, I in the last video, I said I could combine my to-do list for like shop and regular to-do list, because most of my day is consumed by work at this point, and I don't have a ton of time for like personal tasks. So if I have personal tasks, they're just like 1 or 2 little tasks to do. So we're gonna slide this one over here with the purple ones, and I'm not gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna put them away because sometimes, you know, you decide to change up your planner setup and you need a different color. So for this week, this is what I'm going to use. These are the colors. So I have those same kind of colors pulled here in markers: pink, purple, this brownish, and this greenish, and they match the August monthly colors pretty well too. So there's the deco sheet, and yeah, so this one is called Dream High, and this deco and art was a little more grown up-ish than some of the back to school kind of kits that you see out there. And I do teach at a high school. I don't teach little kids. So, and then I'm going to use these 3 colors of washi. So there is what I got going for today. I'm going to start with filling in my basic weekly plan, which we pretty much do always the same. I don't know why I keep looking back on it. You think I'd have it down by now. We've been 6 or 7 weeks in this planner, but that's okay. This is going to be water plants. Tuesday doesn't have anything day specific. Wednesday is going to be memory keep. I'm going to try. I haven't done it the last couple of weeks, but it's a little hard when we get going back to work. Also, change sheets. Thursday is weigh-in. Friday is finances. Saturday is pool care. And Sunday is weekly reset. And plan. All right, I don't have anything day specific for Tuesday. I should probably think of something, but you know, whatever, it works. We're gonna put these here for now. Let's think about any set time kind of things that I know of for sure. So I know here, this is the first day of school. Super exciting to be going back and completing another year. First day of school. I also have a 5 p.m. budget meeting at the healthcare district. Ooh. Something is making me bubbled there. Tuesday, I have a 5 p.m. doctor appointment. Wednesday, we are tentatively scheduled for a 5 p.m. budget meeting if we don't finish up on the 11th. And that'll be determined here whether or not this gets canceled or we have to keep it. Thursday the 14th, I don't think I have anything. On Friday the 15th at 3:15 p.m. I have a hair appointment. Saturday and Sunday, nothing scheduled that I'm aware of at the moment. So we'll kind of leave that as is. All right, we'll start with this one up here. This is going to be weekly actions, and we have learned from times in the past that we need to highlight prior to doing any of that. I'm not sure that I've been highlighting right there, but I'm going to today. All right, so meals habits to do, and weekly actions, all of that there. My focus this week, I think I'm going to put this down here, is just have a great first week with kids. So I feel like the first part of school really sets the tone for the rest of the year. And my attitude determines a lot of that. So I'm determined that it's going to be great. And hopefully that transfers over to my kiddos as well. And so I feel like we have used washi. That's okay. I feel like I've used some washi. I don't know why. I always have to look every week. Yeah, washi here and some deco. Washi. All right. Let's take off with this one. We're going to use this really light purple here. It is a beautiful color. I almost always say purple is one of my favorite colors, even though I don't like wear the color or really own anything that color. Choose that color a lot of times when things are going on, but I really do love that color. So there's some purple. All right, we'll use this green down here. I feel like we did do washi right there, right? Did we put some at the bottom of that one? We didn't, but I think I'm going to, because I stuck down a little sooner than I was ready. I was trying to line it up with these lines on this to-do list here. Just because I'm definitely not going to have that long of a to-do list on the first week of school. There'll be a few things I have to get through, but not tons. And then I'm going to use this thinner washi at the top up here. And some thinner washi down there at the bottom. And I want to stop it before that August tab. I kind of like seeing that. Oh, I covered it a little, but that's okay. And then you're going to use this in the thin purple down here. So all of this washi is Simply Gilded. I couldn't tell you from what release. This card says purples. Obviously, they're purple. Another card I had in there said purples release. It does have a date on it, but those were not the purples I chose. They are very pretty and similar in color, but they have holographic foil. And I thought I would stay all in the gold family today. This one says Spice Bow Fall 2020. So that's where these green and pinkish come from. All right, so there is some of this. We can write down weekly reflections here. No, weekly actions. Reflections happen on the next page. And I may try to fix that. I should have done it before I wrote, but it's okay. We're going to put to do here. We're going to put habits and meals. All right. So we'll leave that there for a second. I'll fill out weekly actions off camera. Weekly reflections will happen on this next page over. And we are probably ready for that gray-green color marker again. All right, we'll do some weekly reflections there. And I usually decorate the bottom of the page after I'm done with it if there's some room. Like last week, there was a little bit of room. My reflections weren't super long, so I added some more deco and stuff there. So I do that after the fact. So here we're gonna start with some washi, a little bit of deco, and should we chance it and go over this? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And it is going to smear some. It looks like maybe not too bad, but we're gonna give it a shot at it, see what happens. All right, we're gonna put some deco in this little box. Do I have any? Well, I have some of these. I have some like sticky note boxes. We could put one of these. And then we could put some other deco in here. I like the little cat with the flowers. This is clear deco, so it looks a little different on the page, but I do actually really like it. And I used a lot of clear in my sterling ink last year to kind of avoid some of the bulk. So there's that deco. I will add maybe deco here and here later. Actually, I could probably add some here. We are not gonna have that many weekly actions this week either. We can put this little planner down here because it's kind of by the plan, a weekly reset. And I think the highlighters go pretty well with that, and maybe the pens. There we go. We have a whole little setup for planning right there. That looks so strange on here. I'm gonna go ahead and write over it. I don't know. It's strange looking in general. Oh well. Sometimes I just don't like it, and it's okay. Let's grab our clear paper and put it there, our blotter paper. Let's take a peek back at our habits. Habits for last week. We can look at our goals and figure out what we're kind of doing. We're doing like skincare, 2 weeks ahead, hobby mode reflections, memory keeping, weekly check-ins, date night, like that kind of stuff. So last week we looked at AM meds. It's funny, I don't have them on like my goals, but obviously I need to take my meds, so. Drink water, drink protein. What else? I think it's AM and PM skincare maybe. I feel like that's what we used. Track sleep, yes, and then AM and PM skincare. And these are the same habits I had last week. I didn't do great at some of those trackings, but we're gonna leave them on here until we do better. So protein and sleep didn't happen at all. Skincare was kind of iffy. AM meds are pretty good. PM meds were okay, and I was tracking my water and keeping track of it, so that's helpful. All right, so I think this page is good for the moment, and then we'll move into here. I'm gonna leave this page here just for a second while that dries, and we're gonna move into setting up Monday. So I do have a Monday day sticker, but it's gonna show through because that Monday is, this sticker is clear. It's printed on clear paper, so. And it may still show a little bit with the white out under it, but we're gonna go with it for now. So that is the 11th. Okay, what color did we move to next? We did purple, so we'll use the purple marker to do some dividing our page. I had my ruler out a bit ago. It has since wandered off. Every time I'm working and planning, things go missing. How did they go missing? It was right here. I really don't know what I did with it. Well, I hate to use the sheet because I can't wipe it off, and the marker does stick. Oh, I see it. It's this lovely kind of iridescent one from Simply Gilded in, I don't know, probably a sub box or something at some point in time. And it is shiny, so sometimes I can find it. I kind of did not think about it, but I like to put the washi down before we put the line, because sometimes I end up covering it up. Maybe it'll cover okay with this washi this time. Okay, we're gonna set this aside, and let's grab some washi tape. What order did we put them in up here? Purple. We're ready for some of this green. Okay, I don't have the same number of colors as I do markers, so things are just kind of everywhere. But let's be for real, even when I do have the same ones, I still flip back and forth to try to keep myself on track that I'm using the color, that I'm trying to alternate the colors. If I don't alternate, I will just use the same ones, and then we'll be in a bind here. Well, now the washi cutter is gone. We'll use the ruler to cut the washi because I'm not sure where I've placed it. Got a little bit of a stuck issue, but not too bad. All right, so now let's place some deco of some sort on some of these sheets. So we can do this like a little lunch bag. We can probably put it down here. I doubt I have much going on. Some AirPods. And maybe this pink tumbler. Yeah, I doubt I have anything going on that late in the evening on any of these days. All right, so there's Monday. Let's move to Tuesday, and there's the washi cutter. Washi cutter's under the sticker sheet. All right, we're gonna white this out again. White out Tuesday. Goodness, my whiteout is bubbling up on me, giving me grief. There's something going on in the planer here. It's making a bump. I don't know what it is. Some stickers or something I've used has made it have a little weird bump. Okay, I kind of went like the day of the week down here better. I think I did that last week. Did I? Where did we put that? Oh, we had it at the top. Okay, it just seems so high up there. Oh well, let's continue. So the 12th. I know one thing that we need to write here and fairly early is call Dr. Farzan. I'm going to need to be a few minutes late to his appointment. His appointment is in Lubbock, and that's about 45 minutes for me. And I get out of school at 4:30, and I really don't want to already ask someone to cover a class for a few minutes on this day. So I'm going to call and ask how big of a deal if it is if I'm a couple of minutes late on Tuesday. So we'll start there. And guess what? We're going to go back and check marker color, see what color we should be using next. We used purple there, so next up is pink. And I'm going to use the other end of the marker. I feel like the brush pen makes a lot of mess on the ruler. So we're going to use like pen edge of this marker to make this line. Again, I didn't add any washi first, but I will. I will add some. And we use green there. So we should be on to the pink. And I'm going to use the thinner one, I think. And I'm going to add it here. And up here. All right. All right, this should be purple probably, but I really kind of don't want to use like these instead. Instead of putting washi at the bottom, I kind of want to use these little torn corners. I'm going to just place it up here, and that went down a little crooked, and we're going to let it ride because I don't know that it will peel out very nicely. But I do want to go ahead and use the marker to put my divider down. Let's scoot over one more line. I did find myself feeling cramped when I was journaling. Not the worst, but a little cramped. And then sometimes as I was journaling, I'm like, this is silly. I'm writing down what was already on the to-do list. So we'll see how that progresses from here. But we are going to mark. We will put the day of the week down. And there is a dog hair that got white out stuck down to my sheet. Nothing shocking there. I do have 4 dogs, 1 border collie and 3 Australian shepherds, and they all shed, and you can see it through the sticker. Lovely. But it does happen like that sometimes. Okay, so there's Wednesday. I didn't put any deco here. Maybe we put something kind of small down in this corner. Maybe a backpack and pencils. Oh, this sticker is interesting. It's barely attached, and it's stuck to my finger and wants to tear. Fun part of the thinner stickers. All right, and then Wednesday, I guess we'll put deco in that same corner down there because that other corner is taken up. So we want notebooks and a sweater for Wednesday. Okay, Thursday and Friday. And I haven't been whiting the dates out up there at the top, like the date. I guess it doesn't bother me. I didn't really even pay attention, but it's fine. I don't think I did that in this week either, where I used days of the week stickers. Nope, I did not. So I didn't remember writing anything out last week. That's why I didn't think I'd put my date header so high. But last week's stickers were on white paper, premium matte. They were not clear. So this is this kit. Dream High is in my shop, and you can order anything in my shop. You can request to be on the clear paper if that's what you so choose, or you can have it on premium white matte, whatever works best for you. So I'm going to use this washi at the bottom, and I'm just going to go all the way across with it. And I did not lay that down very straight. We're going to try to trim a little of this off on this side. I was so confused. I thought I was cutting paper, but I could see that I was not under the page. So there's sticker on there from earlier. And these scissors, because there's a sticker on there, it's sticking to the scissors. OMGs. Okay, that didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to, because that was pretty wild there. All right, let's see what marker color we're back to. We've done the gray, the pink, and the purple. So we're back to use the purple. I'm going to use the pin side again. We'll go kind of narrow on my to-do list side. And my work to-do list, I do have a teacher planner I use at work. It's a plum paper monthly, and I just kind of keep a running to-do list in that. So I don't really list a lot of work to-dos unless they're a meeting that's specifically timed or something that's outside of my normal day. Like if I have to cover a class on my conference or something that I don't want to forget, I'll go ahead and write in here. But otherwise, I don't list those in here very much. So this to-do would be like personal to-dos and then things for the shop. Whatever that turns out to be. All right, so now we need to use the pink one. And then I guess I could add some washi, or do I want to use some more torn corners? I really think I want to use another set of these corners, honestly. So let's use these a little bit smaller ones and different colored ones. Let's try those instead. But I still want to use the same corners because I don't want it up against where that day of the week is, where the Friday is up there. I don't want it there. So let's do that. And a marker. And then we'll move on. All right, baby wipe to the rescue. Pretty good here. And then Saturday and Sunday. And we will be done for this video. I'm excited to have my little goodies in from Type A for Alexa to put in my planner. I will get my sticky note dashboard kind of thing set up, and maybe I'll be able to share that next time we're here. If I put some sticky notes on it. But I do enjoy. I am like going on a downhill slope. Everything I've done today. That's okay. 16, is that right? 15, 16, 17, yeah. I feel like I was off a day. I know that one just went very crooked. Should use my tweezers. They're right here, but you know, might as well just wing it. Okay, let's go back and see what color washi we should be on, since we haven't used any washi in a little while. So we used green and then pink. So we really should be using some purple on this first side, and then green over here. So let's find the purple. And I'm going to do the thicker one, and I'm going to do just the edge like here. Like here to here, something kind of like that. I hope that me planning is not so chaotic that it's hard for people to watch. I my brain is kind of always all over the place, and so when I'm planning, I have stuff everywhere, and I have to, it's just the way it works for me. And then when I'm done, I can tidy it all back up and put it away, but it starts out decently neat, but it does not stay that way. We need this gray-green now. And I'm not being consistent with where I'm drawing my journaling line, like how many boxes I'm leaving on each side every day, but I'm okay with it not being perfectly symmetrical like that. So, and then I'm going to use the thin green one, and I'm going to go all the way across the top and the bottom. And then I'll draw the line for Sunday. Oh, we need to probably go back and add some deco. I've probably skipped at least a couple of days of deco. This may line up wonky at the top because that day of the week went straight down at an angle instead of right nicely down the line, but that's okay. Yeah, if you are into watching somebody that's very aesthetic and perfect in their planning, it is probably not me. You'd rather watch somebody with a little bit of chaos, a little bit more hot mess, a little bit all over the place, then this is the place for you. All right, do I need the pink one or pinkish one? I think, right? Purple, pinkish, gray. Purple, pinkish, gray, purple. Good thing, man. It is ridiculous how my brain works sometimes. Very simple things sometimes escape me, and that's all right. I know I make some of them people definitely crazy, but all right. So we need deco from Thursday on. We're gonna put this on Monday. And, well, that was not good. Let's try that better. And this one on the week. I'll put this one in like here. Okay, that works out. Let's put a little bit of deco starting on Thursday and Friday, and then we can be done. So I don't know what kind of deco we want to use. I like these circles though. I'll put a circle here. And what might we want to put with like notepad or something? I'm running kind of low on the deco, so I don't have a ton of things a ton more to add here. So let's see. We do have one more circle. We have one of these we can put down. Sometimes I use the functional stickers like some deco, and that's right. This orange fan and these scrunchies, which are cool. All right, and then let's see, Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday we can put a skirt and shoes, and then glasses. Maybe we can toss them over here. All right, that's good. And then for Sunday, let's do this more school type stuff. I'll put on this side of books. Maybe like a pencil pouch, some kind of a pouch. And I really don't want to do both pouches together. And we'll put some bracelets here. All right, tiny little bit of deco left to use if we are inclined to do some. On this set, I do have some little like icon stickers that I don't typically use. But I can add some. We got meals right here, so we can add a spoon and fork. I can put like an important little thing here on Mondays that I remember that I got a phone call to make first thing. And yeah, we'll put this little heart up here by this. Have a great first week. All right, I think we are in pretty good shape to be done for this video. So looks like like I got everything I needed to. I haven't added my water stickers in. I've been adding them each day. I'll probably do that later. But yeah, for now, I think we're in okay shape, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day. And if you like what you see here, then subscribe and then hit the like button on this one and the bell to be notified when I post more videos like this one. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.